Hey everybody, what is going on? Serial Lover Jive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What we're going to be doing today is we're on Arkadia. We're going to be doing a 60, roughly, PED Riptor hunt. So right now I'm over here at the nursery. I'm headed down sort of southeast, and I'm hopefully going to be able to pick up these Riptors, start hunting them, and get some nice skills. So last mission, or last video, if you guys were watching, I managed to do quite well. We got a global. That was nice. We got a pretty solid serendipity gain, which was also very nice. It's always nice to get those new skills because that means that for a little bit, my leveling is going to go way faster. And now we're just going to be back at it hunting these Riptors because honestly, the loot was good, so when the loot's good, why stop, right? Like, you want to just keep going, keep hunting it and see what you can do. So what we're going to be talking about today, and probably as you guys guessed by the title of this video, is what MindArk has done right. So a lot of these videos, I'm very negative, I'm very hard on MindArk. I'm talking about what I think they did wrong and why they shouldn't have done this and all that, but let's face it, for a game as old as Entropia Universe, a game that's over a decade old, literally this game was started in like 2005, 2004, maybe even like 2003. It was started in the mid-2000s, and right now it's 2019. We're moving into 2020, and the game is going solid, and it actually looks pretty decent compared to what it used to look like and compared to games that existed back then. So I thought it would be a good topic to go over just all the things that MindArk has done right, because honestly, to survive this long, they've done quite a bit. And I think it's it's about time I gave them some due diligence and admitted what they did right, because I spend a lot of time complaining about it, but not enough time talking about like how good everything is. So I think the first thing that MindArk did right, and the first thing they've really done good, is they've managed to. I'm not sure if this is the players. I'm not sure if this is MindArk. I'm not sure if it's a combination. I don't know how it's happened, but they've created an amazing community here in Entropia. Anytime you log in, if you ask a question in a rookie chat, if you come to my Discord, ask a question, like my YouTube channel, and even like when I first started my society, like not my society, the Serial Society, that's my society now, but like the first society Rising Potentials that I ever joined in Entropia Universe, everybody was super friendly. Everybody was always willing to help out. There wasn't this sort of mentality of like, I hate this guy, it's us versus them, we've got to kill this guy, we're all competing. It was like we were all working together. I think we were all working together to try and get money out of MindArk, but we were all working together. And somehow they've really managed to sort of keep that community somewhat cohesive. I feel like on YouTube, everybody's a lot more positive than most communities are, right? Like, one of the comments I've gotten, or a few of the comments I've gotten on YouTube are like, Serial, everybody's too nice to you. Nice to you. Your videos suck. And it's like, well, maybe everybody's just super nice and super good, but like, that's a cool community to have. And if my videos do suck and all you guys are being super nice and like super cheerful and just helping me out and, saying you like them and just glossing over the bad, that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it's awesome to have a community like that. And I think MindArk has done a good job of either they saw the community forming and they just got out of the way and let it happen, or like, I don't know what it is. Like, they're not super involved in the community as far as like a talking standpoint, but they did a lot of things like beacon runs and team hunting and a lot of that stuff to make sure that the game was less about trying to rip each other off and more about trying to work together. And I think that is one of the things that has made Entropia Universe last so long. When I stopped playing Entropia the first time, and like this is before YouTube or anything like that, like I had no real purpose, right? Like I was like, I don't want to hunt anymore. I don't want to mine. I don't have that much money. This was before deeds. I was just sort of like, I don't have anything. But I stayed in it because of the community. I come in and use Entropia Universe as a chat room just to talk to people. And the fact that it's a free-to-play game, the fact that there's no subscription fee and anything like that is amazing, because that's basically MindArk standing aside and saying, hey, Serial, if you want to treat this game like a chat room, go for it. You don't have to pay us anything. For the next 5 years, like literally for 5 years, I pretty much logged into Entropia and chatted. I just talked with people. I spent an hour just catching up every weekend, like with my old society and these people that I hung out with for so long and played with for so long. We're all just like hanging out, talking, they're hunting. A lot of them would just log in to talk to each other. And it was like this whole little community that we had. This was before podcasts or anything like that, but it was just this interactive chat room. It's what It's what so many games want to be. Like if you look at Facebook Horizon, the new Facebook VR game, or the one that they're coming out with. That game is literally trying to just be like more of like a chat room type thing, and Entropia Universe had it. They saw they had it, and they just stepped aside and let it happen. They didn't charge you money like a PEC, a text, or something like that, right? Like they just let it happen, and that really helped the community. So I think, honestly, I think of everything that MindArk has done right, that's the one thing they've done right that they got like the rightest. That's not even a word, but like the one thing they did the best was just letting the community form, and like they had their hand in it. But they also didn't push too much. Like if I'm negative of MindArk, right? Like there's some companies honestly out there that like if I make a video trashing their game or trashing an aspect of it, there is a pretty good chance they're going to copyright strike me or do something like that on YouTube, or they'll try to, right? I know that MindArk's going to be pretty cool with it. They're not going to come after me because I said I don't like Arkadia Moon Deeds. They're just going to say, hey, that's your opinion. Cool. And that really does help the community. The fact that they're allowing people to be negative about the game really does help the community. And they allow you to be negative as long as it's in a constructive way, and you're not like, obviously if you're being a negative like little troll in game and you're running around with your like Nazi society or whatever it is, they're gonna ban that. But like they're very open to that, and I like that. I'm not sure if that's like a Swedish mentality or what it is, but good on them for that. So like let's move off of that. The next thing that I really think that Entropia Universe got right is they allow the players to invest in the game. Okay, and I like this. I like the fact they found a niche, and that's a real cash economy niche. That's a niche where people can put in money, and they're basically paying to play. You pay for ammo, you pay for everything that you used to play, and then you go out and you play the game. The more you pay, the better your gear, and theoretically the better you can do, but at the very least the bigger the mob you can kill. And they sort of embraced that, which is good. They're not trying to hide it from anyone. I like that. I like the fact that they haven't actually come out and, like, despite what people say, I've not seen MindArk come out and say Entropia Universe is a game you can play and make money. They have never, I haven't seen them. I've never seen them say that. I've seen so many people come to me and tell them that they were told that, but no one has ever actually posted a link to them like, here's where MindArk says I can make $1 million playing a video game. Usually what they're complaining about is the fact that like NeverDie came in, spent $100,000 and walked away with $1 million. That's cool. Whole different thing though. That's called investing. And NeverDie invested in a game and he came out ahead because he made a good investment. And I think that's one of the other things that like MindArk does really good. That was my original like number 2, and then I threw that in there. But that they allow players to invest in the game. I love the fact that Arkadia Moon, despite like not liking Arkadia Moon Deeds, I love the fact that they gave me that option, that they give players that option to actually invest in the game. They say, hey, do you want to like invest in Calypso? Do you think Calypso's a good idea? Do you think this game is a good idea? Buy some deeds. I love the fact that they allow you to do that. There's so many companies that I see that I really like. For instance, when I first started using Uber, I was like, how could I invest in this company? Because I really like the company. It turns out in the US, there really isn't that option. Like, you've got to be an accredited investor. You've got to do things like that. I know there are more, I think in England, you guys have like a crowdfunding type thing where you can actually like invest in small companies without being a multimillionaire. But in the U.S., basically, to invest in a company or to do anything like that, you've got to be pretty well off. You've got to be accredited investor, which means you're basically a millionaire. Entropia, though, because it's a game and because it's a little bit different, they basically allow me to go in and buy deeds and hold those deeds and make a little bit of money off of them based on, I think I took a mob that's a little too big for me. This is not what I wanted to do during this video, but we're going to be healing up and panicking for a little bit here. But yeah, like I think it's an amazing. Oh wow, he hit me hard there. This is not good, folks. But yeah, I think it's an amazing thing that they actually gave people that ability, that they're sitting there and they allow us to invest and put our money where our mouth is. If we like Arkadia Underground, if we want to own a shop, we can run a shop. If we want to own a mall, we can own a mall. If you want a bank, you can run a bank. Like they let sort of the sky's the limit as far as what you can do with your money in Entropia Universe. It's so similar to real life, and it's crazy because you don't see many games like that. Most games that you play, you can't really put money into it, right? Like I can't find, like GTA, if I really like their casino idea, I can't go ahead and invest in a casino and pull money out. Maybe you can do it like in in-game currency, but you can't do it in real dollars. Whereas in Entropia Universe, you can, and that's so cool. All right, I'm going to die here, yeah. I'm going to die, run back, and kill this mob because he was just too big for me to take out without getting a bit of a distance on him. So that was a mistake. I guess level 25 Owiko providers I should try to avoid. I wasn't paying attention, and I got killed. Because I'm enjoying making the video so much. I'm enjoying the video so much that I'm actually not paying attention to what's going on. But that's good. That's good. I like the fact that I get to talk about something positive. I feel like maybe I should do this more. But for some reason, I feel like the negative stuff, the stuff where it's like, don't do this or don't do that, that's like a lot more important since it's real money and like people could lose it. But like this is fun. But yeah, like I really like the fact that they allow you to invest in the game. If you like space, you can buy a spaceship and you can transport people through it. If you like haircutting, you can buy a haircutting chair and create a haircut studio. I know some people that did that. Actually, early in the game, I think there were a few people that were like really big on it. They were all about hair coloring and they were all about like body sculpting. And this sort of got burned, but that was their big thing. That was like their profession in Entropia Universe, and they got to like invest in that and do it and run their own little hair salon in a way. And it's like Entropia allows you to be that entrepreneur without putting in that money. Like I would love to run a restaurant in real life, like not like a bar, but like a restaurant, like a coffee shop or like something proper, right? I'm not a good cook. Don't get the two confused. Like I don't know how to cook. I'm horrible. But for some reason, I really would like to be a restaurant owner. I'm like, that would be cool. But at the same, look at that. We've got some common dung. Big loot right there. It's complete shit. Literally. Anyways, but like it's cool that they let you do that. They let you be an entrepreneur. They let you invest. They let you do a lot of things that other games can't and won't. And that takes something, because the thing is, anytime they give you a piece of like Calypso profits or piece of Arcadia profits, they're really putting like down some money. They're taking their fans and they're turning them into investors, which is awesome. But that also can lead to really bad things, because if your fans become your investors and then that investment fails, that opens you up to a lot, right? Like that opens you up to like a liability of like people won't like you anymore, they won't want to play. Like that is a big risk that they took to allow us to do that. And I love the fact that they took that risk. The fact that I can talk about deeds and everything like that, I love it. And I've been burned and I've made money off of them. I've owned shops. Like I love that entrepreneurial thing that they have. That's part of the reason I do YouTube, right? I love that entrepreneurial aspect of it. And it's just so cool that a video game allows you to do that. So I think that is like one of the big things I really do like about Entropia. The other thing, I guess the other big thing, the other like really huge thing that Entropia has done right, and I'm sure I'm missing so much, but they've really been, they've dreamed, right? Like the people behind Entropia Universe are not afraid to dream. They could have, when Calypso came out, they could have sat there and just made money off of Calypso. They could have kept doing FOMA, like Club Never Die. They could have released another Club Never Die and made another $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. They could have kept doing stuff like Never Die, Crystal Palace, all of that. They could have kept doing banks and malls and all sorts of junk like that and kept the player base on one planet. But instead, they decided to expand. They put a huge amount of money up, and they expanded Entropia Universe to the point where it's not just one planet. It's not just Calypso. Now I'm on Arcadia. And that costs a lot of money because they've got to develop all new mobs, right? I mean, they sold the planets, so that is a way to refinance some of that and push the work off, and there's a lot behind that. But like, that's huge. Anytime you take a jump like that, you're risking a lot. And granted, I'm not a huge fan of space. I think it ended up being a little too empty and all of that, but I love the fact that they were willing to try it. I love the fact that despite everything going good, they were willing to say, hey, we're going to change things up. We're changing the map. Calypso's not going to look like Calypso anymore. It's going to be completely changed. You're going to have to get all new teleporters. Remember those unlimited weapons that you used to love? You don't have those anymore. You're going to limited, but you're going to get a skill increase bonus. Trust us, it's good. A lot of players leave when they make these changes, but the fact that they're willing to make these changes is good because it allows them to stay relevant, right? It used to be they had a skill cap. Every video game had a skill cap. Entropia's skill cap was like 100, 120, and as everybody knows, I guess Messi hit like level 200. So that skill cap's gone. But the fact that they were willing to remove it and try like something different is very cool. It's very different. A lot of... Oh! Look at that, 104 PEDs. Oh my god. What is this? What is this? I love the fact that Entropia Universe gives me globals. 30. Wow. This is like a legit gun that I looted. With the legit markup. Oh. I like this. 104 PD hit. Folks, I think I found my new favorite mob. We're going to be living on Calypso for a while. It might be time for me to buy an apartment and settle down here. Wow, that's really good. Wow, we're talking about good things, and good things happen. Folks, I think we found our new topic of choice. But yeah, like, I really do like the fact that they're willing to take those risks. Like Compat, a lot of people have been down on them about Compat, like they didn't like how it went, and honestly, like, it did fail. Like, if something fails, you can't say it was a success. But I like the fact that they were willing to take that risk, and the fact that they're not. They don't need to apologize for that. There's nothing that went wrong there. Like, they allowed me to invest in something. I invested in it a little bit. I put like $300 into Compat. I lost it, but it happens. And honestly, I take that risk again because I've made that money back with CLDs and ARC deeds and all that. And I like the fact that they came out with this new game, this new thing. They tried to draw in a new crowd, and that's very cool. That's something a lot of people don't want to try. Like, a lot of games just stagnate, and I can see them trying not to do that. I can see them looking stagnation in the face and saying, we could do this for another 5 years, but what then? Like, they're planning for the long term with that. The same when they decide to go into crypto, like Deep Token. I've seen a lot of people sort of saying that MindArk made a mistake there, and if anything, I don't think they made a mistake. They tried to get into cryptocurrency. They haven't succeeded yet, but they're still trying. And I think cryptocurrency, I think having their own token and taking things that way would be an amazing way to take Entropia Universe. And I think there's a good chance that if PED becomes a cryptocurrency and they can get like Second Life or some other game on board with it, like there's huge potential there. I don't know how they do it, but like the fact that they're looking into it, the fact that they put money down to try it is amazing. I love it. And I think that's really good. I think the fact that they're willing to try that stuff is great. The fact that like they're willing to jump on fads and just really push the game to the limits and make headlines, that's huge. A lot of people that come to the game because they see headlines about Entropia Universe. And a lot of the time it is because they sold some expensive item. But sometimes it's just because, like, hey, they were one of the first MMORPGs to use the Crytek engine. Now, the Crytek engine isn't as popular anymore, but they were one of the first to jump on board with that, and I think it's done them well. I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I know it's a little bit more... I know it's a little harder to use than a lot of the other engines out there, but I think they've done good. They've done good, and I think I think the fact that they're so forward-looking and they're so willing to sort of pivot and be that company that like does things like that and sees where their community is succeeding and lets it succeed, but like is willing to steer it a little bit. Like, I think that's good. And I don't think I've made enough videos like that. I don't think I've made enough videos saying like, this is what MindArk does good and this is why I like it. Obviously, I've been in this game for like, wow, over 10, 12, 13 years. 13 years. Some of you kids are probably watching this video and you aren't even that age yet. I've been in this game. Some of you kids, and I know this, you're not supposed to watch YouTube if you're like under 13 or something like that, but like statistically, I think YouTube still knows, or like somehow I can see, right? I can see the age range of like viewers. Some of you guys are so young that I've been playing this game since before you were born. I'm an old man. But no, the fact that it's been around for so long and I've played it for so long, it really shows you that they've done a lot for developing a community. There's very few games I've played like this. The only other games I can think of are games that are series and like new games come out. I guess Entropia Universe is like an ongoing series. Before Fortnite and all these games had one map, Entropia had one map, and they were constantly changing it and updating it, and they were just doing cool things. And I love the fact that they keep doing it, and I really hope that they don't get discouraged and stop. I've loved the fact, honestly, I saw Arkadia go from a planet that nobody really liked to something that everybody wants me to go to. So, like, of course I'm going to come here, and, like, I'm hitting good loot, so I'm going to stay. But, like, it's cool. It's cool to watch the game grow and just see everything that they do right. Like, see how they've done a good job of balancing guns and making sure that, like, not too many players are screwed over. Like, you've got to realize it's a game, so like any investment you make, anything you buy in game, it could be devalued, and a lot of the time it will for the benefit of the player base, right? Like, the fact that MindArk had to get rid of unlimited guns and unlimited amps and all that stuff and sort of switch over to more of a limited economy, that was a necessity. Looking back, I see why they did that. And it was the right choice to make, and they took a lot of flack for it, but they sort of stayed the course, and they had that vision, and they knew what they were going for, and they made it work. And, you know, they've always had that willingness, and I really like that. So yeah, I guess that's about it, right? Like, that's what MindArk's done right. And there's a lot more to it, but those are sort of like the big points that I want to push home, and hopefully it's a change of pace for everybody. Hopefully you guys are watching this video and it's like refreshing, you know? It's a bit of like, oh, cool. And, you know, also like the new deed system. I made a whole video on Crystal Palace deeds and all that. Like, obviously I like that new system. So like, yeah. I think that's where I stand. Let's kill one more of these guys, and then let's kill this guy. I guess he's coming at me. He's got the global. Let's kill one more of these guys, then we're gonna head back and total this up. Seeing as how I got 104 PED loot and I went out with 60 PEDs of ammo, I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say that I'm gonna return with a nice profit. But let's add it up and see just how high. Obviously, that gun has a markup on it. Like I've always said, since I came here recently, I've been saying. I came to Entropia for the markup, and if you guys look here, like, these are all pretty nice markup items that I've been looting. You know, even 102%, like, that's better than nothing, right? Like, I can lose 98, I can get 98% of my money back, and then make that extra 2% in animal eye oil and all that junk, and be good. Alright, we're going to end it there. It's not the best loot, but it is a loot, and we did manage to get that nice global, so I can't expect too much more. You know, sometimes it's just best not to test your luck into... as I'm saying that, I get attacked. We're testing our luck. Let's see if we can do this one more time. Can we get one more nice loot without being killed? Oh, and for those of you guys wondering, I actually did leave because some people are probably going to ask, I did leave that gear on my gun. So you'll notice here I've got the Headshot 3 scope and the Bullseye 4. I don't know if they do anything. Some people say they do, some people say they don't. I don't know better, so I just threw them on because I've got them and figured why not. I'm not going to be repairing them at this point, but yeah, threw them on there. So full disclosure, those things are on if you're looking to replicate my setup. LR20, Ghost Armor, A203 amp, and the scope and stuff that I just talked about. So yeah, let's teleport back now. 60 seconds, we'll be headed back. You can see my loot. I got some nice common dung here. It weighs an amazing 62 kilograms. That's a crazy weight. That's more than probably most of this loot all combined. Let's convert this ammo. Let's go ahead and do that. What are we sitting at? Wow, we're sitting at 47 PDs of ammo. That's nice. And this gun too, I love the fact that it's actually like a full TT gun that I got. And then this is completely new. I've never looted this gun before. This is one of the things I love doing. Like, I love just looting new items and being like, ooh, what is that? Like, you can even see, what do we have? We've got some writing here on the gun. Look at that detail. Herman Cap. I don't know what that means, but like they put some detail into this. They put some thought into this gun, and you're gonna see these guns are all like different, which is cool. I don't have another pistol. I've got this, but this is like a completely different looking pistol. But yeah, you can see completely different models there, which is nice. Alright, so let's total everything up and see where we're at. So we're going to throw that gun in there, make sure we don't TT it, because that would be bad. Let's just copy and paste it all in. We got a nice bit of muscle oil here. A huge amount of eye oil. Well, not huge, not that much. We got a nice amount of eye oil. If we could hit 100, that's going to make it very easy for me to add everything up. Oh, 90, I'll take it. So we've got 90 PDs of loot. We've got another 47 PDs of ammo, which means we're sitting right now at 137 PEDs worth of stuff, okay? Let's unequip all of this. Let's detach all the attachments because I'm not repairing these two. Where do we have our A203? Oh, I forgot to put my A203 on. Whew. Folks, we only have 3 PEDs. 3 PEDs of decay. So we're walking away with what? Let's do the math here, folks. And when I say that, that's just to give myself time to add everything up. But we're walking away basically with 74 PEDs of loot. 60 PD hunt, we're walking away with a 74 PD profit plus markup, and we're getting some nice markup on this. We're going to get 20% on this gun. Let's say 20%. That's like a fair number, I think. So yeah, it's more like 80 PEDs of loot that we're walking away with of profit. That is huge. That's amazing. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys appreciated this, hope you guys appreciated this. Wow, I am an asshole there. No, I really appreciate the fact that you guys watched this. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about that. Jeez. Way to end it, Serial. Anyways, until next time.